Melissa Wiggins with the Real Estate Muses, and I'm here with Sarah Franklin, who's one of my favorite people from Texas Farm Credit. And despite their name, Farm Credit, you think maybe you have to buy a farm to utilize them, but I would love to talk to you a little bit more about the amazing loan programs you have, not only for farmers and ranchers and such, but how us city folk might be able to take you up on some of the amazing opportunities that Texas Farm Credit has.
Absolutely.
Okay, Sarah, I would love to have you tell us a little bit about Texas Farm Credit and what you guys do in the real estate world.
Sure. So Texas Farm Credit, as she said, is part of the Farm Credit system. I am out of the Pleasanton office, which is just south of San Antonio, but I will go anywhere and everywhere to serve the customers that need us. Essentially, on the traditional agricultural side, we do offer production loans for farmers and ranchers, whether that's an operating line of credit, an equipment loan, livestock loan, things like that. And then we also focus a lot on real estate. And so essentially, anyone looking to purchase about 10 acres and up, it can be raw land, it can be a recreational property. So we've got a lot of people in the city that want to buy a hunting property or a weekend getaway, or buy a place that they want to eventually build a house on and move out there, and we can cover all of that. And so we're pretty flexible. We like ag exemptions. The property doesn't have to have that on there, and so we can really fit the mold of a lot of people who are in agriculture currently, or even who aren't and are just looking for a weekend getaway place.
Cool. So if I, in my spare time, would like a little ranchette and to head out to the country, that's something you can totally help me finance.
Absolutely, we would love to.
All right. So we get a lot of questions from people about the loan process and what getting a loan looks like. So maybe you could visit with us a little bit about some of the top questions that you hear on the lending side.
Sure. So I'll preface that a little bit with some background information on Texas Farm Credit. So we are structured different than a commercial bank. What that means is that being part of the Farm Credit system means that we are a co-op, which means that all of our borrowers become owners or shareholders of our company, which is a really cool perk.
Yes.
We call it a patronage program, which is like a dividend. And so essentially we're governed by a board of directors, and it's a profit sharing program. And so we get to the end of our fiscal calendar year, our board of directors looks at how we've performed over the year, set aside enough money for us to continue operating, and then all of our earnings are returned back to our customers.
Wow.
And so it's a cool little perk. Usually in the spring, you'll get a check back from us. You can do whatever you want with that check, whether it's apply it back to the loan, go on a shopping spree, go on vacation, whatever. And so that's just something I like to tell people, because if you take that money and compare it in terms of an interest rate, it effectively reduces your interest rate quite a bit. And so that's something that sets us apart from a commercial bank.
Sure, it's like you own a little bit of the bank,
yes,
at least once a year.
Yeah,
for a few minutes. Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool.
Yes.
So, what kind of home buyer would be a good fit for a Texas Farm Credit? Tell me a little bit about your buyers, and do you, like you said, you'll go other places besides Pleasanton. So just because you have a San Antonio address wouldn't rule you out from getting a great deal and having a wonderful relationship with Texas Farm Credit.
Absolutely, yes. We'll go anywhere and everywhere to serve our customers, and so anywhere from North and East Texas down to South Texas. There are some circumstances where we can finance out of state also, or more in the Panhandle, Western Texas region, and so that's never a problem. Our ideal customer is someone who is either looking to get into agriculture, whether that's the true production side of it, or just someone looking to buy some real estate, whether that's farmland, ranch land, recreational land, a weekend getaway place. We do have a mortgage division as well, and so if we get into a case where someone buys a small acreage and wants to build a home on it, or finds a place with the home already on it, we can take care of them as well.
Super. And you guys can also do government loans, is that correct?
We can, yeah. Absolutely.
So one-stop shopping, all in Pleasanton.
Yes. 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 So one of the questions we get a lot are, what are the terms of the note that we can do? And I'll tell you, we're very flexible with that. Our minimum down payment requirement on a real estate loan is 20%. And that 20% is typically cash, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So if the customer has another property that they own free and clear, that's a similar property and it's not considered their homestead, we can essentially use that equity as down payment as well. So something a little different.
Yeah, that's a creative way to collateralize some of your other assets.
Yes, absolutely. So we're looking at 20% down payment range, and then as far as amortization go, we typically go out to 20 years, and then we can do a shorter term as well.
Okay. So I must admit that I really enjoy working with you and your team, and so I would love to invite anyone who's looking for a home loan, a ranch loan, any kind of recreational loan. If you have dreams of living in the country, you definitely need to get in touch with Sarah, because once we find that property for you, Sarah and her team will give you an amazing deal at Texas Farm Credit.
Absolutely, and we certainly enjoy working with y'all, and we want to take care of your clients. And so anytime there's a client of y'all's or someone that you know that could benefit from Texas Farm Credit, we'll go above and beyond and make sure that the loan process is smooth for them and that we can get the transaction closed.
Oh, awesome. So rural living, city living, whatever your real estate dreams are, Texas Farm Credit, they can take care of you.